Good afternoon, everybody. So today we are going to start with the new concept from the C++, that is named as an inline function. So before going for the inline function, in C language we are having a concept of macro. Okay, so in C language, how we are going to make a use of a macro, that I will tell you first. So that is hash define pi is equal to suppose 3.14. Okay. So what happened whenever you are going to use pi in your program, so that pi will get replaced with this value 3.14. Do you got it? Like see, suppose we are having a lot of code is over here. Okay, and here you are having a lines of a program, and suppose here you are having a value of pi. You are using some formulas there, pi into r into r, pi into r into r. Then again after some code you are again having it. Then after this again you are having a line over there. Then again here you will need to do pi r into r. Okay, so this is the actual coding. So what happened with this macro? This is called as a macro. So what happened whenever you are having this variable or this label in your program, that label will directly get replaced with this value, that is 3.14. So this is the very small value, because sometimes what happens, suppose I already told you that suppose you have to calculate a simple interest, and everywhere you are having a formula like rate of interest over there, and suppose you have to make a change for every value over there. So that time what you can do, you can make a use of this macro, such that whatever the label is there, that label or literal would get replaced with this value. Even not only for this one, suppose here you are having printf enter the value, enter the value. Okay, this is not about C only, this is also possible in C++. Printf enter the value, and now you have to write this message in your complete code around, we can say 50 times. So instead of making as a copy paste or like this, what we can do, we can again make a use of a macro. Control C, and here I define another macro, that is hash define. I will give simply p, and for this p replacement should be like this one. So next time suppose I have to display this message, or I have to execute this message, I will write only simply p. So this what happened, this p will get replaced with this complete message. I think you got it. What happened, you can make a utility such that that utility or that label will get replaced with this value. Means for this one, this complete statement is going at that particular level or that particular statement. So now suppose in your program you are writing p around 50 times, so everywhere that p will get replaced with this printf enter the value. Means you don't have to write this number of statement, this statement number of times, and that is the utility of the macro. In the same way, inline functions are there. Whenever you are declaring some function as an inline, like here, this is the syntax for defining the inline function. So this is your keyword, that is inline, small case. Then this is the return type of the function, whatever the function is there. Then this is the function name, and the parameters are there, and here is the body of the function. Now what will happen? Now you are defining this function, whatever the function is there, that function you are defining as the inline. So after declaring this function inline, what happened? Normally in our programming, whenever you are having a function call, आप लोगों को पता है, whenever you will have a function call, your control jumps to the function definition. Suppose here you will have a function call. So from this function call or for this function call, your control jumps to the function definition. So whatever the function is there, right? We have seen get data. So suppose you are having as.gd. So for that, you are going to the definition of the get data. Suppose you are having as.show data. So that control will take you to the definition of the show data in the same way. But in the case of inline function, that thing will not happen. Whenever you are making a function as an inline, so what will happen? Wherever you are having a function call, so this complete function definition will go at the level of the function call only. How is the case? Whenever you are making a call, your control jump to the function definition. But suppose you are going to make some function as an inline, So in that case, your function definition will go to the function call itself, or that function call will get replaced with the function definition itself, you can say. So here is the definition of the inline function. Inline function is a function that is expanded. Actually, your function call will get expanded in the terms of the function definition. I am number of repeating. For a function call, you are jumping to the function definition. But in the case of inline function, your function call itself expanded in the form of the function definition. But it is compulsory to write the function definition. It doesn't mean that, sir, we do not call the function call and directly we write down the function definition. It should not be like it. Always you have to make a function call, and in the case of inline, that function call will get replaced with the function definition. I will give the example of this one. So here is the line that is expanded in line when it is called. Means whenever you call this function, that will get expanded with this function definition. When the inline function is called, whole code of the inline function. When inline function is called, whole code of the inline function gets inserted or submitted at the point of inline function call. Means जहाँ पे आपका inline function का call है, वहाँ पे ये पूरा का पूरा क्या हो जाता है, एक तो insert हो जाता है, या फिर फंक्शन कॉल के जगह वहां पे सब्स्टिट्यूट हो जाता है फॉर द एग्जीक्यूशन, एंड दिस सब्स्टिट्यूशन इज परफॉर्म बाय द C++ कंपाइलर एट द कंपाइल टाइम. सो इनलाइन फंक्शन में इंक्रीज द एफिशिएंसी इफ इट इज स्मॉल. Yeah, that is the case. Inline function cannot be used for the larger kind of a functions, but you can make this utility for a small kind of a functions. Okay, and using this you can increase the efficiency of your program. So I hope the definition is clear to you. Whenever you are having an inline function call, so that inline function call will get replaced with the inline function definition. Means your control will not jump from the call to the function definition, but your function definition will itself come at the level of the function call. So this is the simple definition of the inline function. This is the syntax of the inline function. Now you can define inline function inside the class just like a normal member function definition, or you can define the inline function outside of the class just like a normal member function. Means just like a normal member function, you can define it itself inside the class or outside of the class. Suppose you are defining it outside of the class, you have to make a use of a scope resolution operator. Okay, now what are the merits and demerits of defining the inline function? So first are the merits, means what are the advantages of defining the inline function. It does not require function calling overhead. As you know that I already told you that whenever you will make a function call, so number of things are there, whatever your values are there, that will get stored to stack, your current position will get stored somewhere. So all that 3 to 4 things are going to happen over there in between the function call and function definition execution. So that overhead will be reduced over here. It also said overhead of variables push pop on the stack while function calling. अब यहाँ पे क्या दिया है, पूरा ही दिया है कि जब आप फंक्शन कॉल करते हो तो फंक्शन डेफिनेशन और रिटर्न आने तक क्या क्या चीजें होती है. तो यहाँ पे वही चीजें दी है कि भाई जो आपके वेरिएबल्स है तो वो भी आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, एक तो स्टैक पे पुश करना पड़ेगा या पॉप करना पड़ेगा जब भी हम फंक्शन कॉल, क्योंकि फंक्शन कॉल करेंगे तो वो आर गोइंग विद सम पैरामीटर्स, सो व्हाटएवर द वैल्यूज आर देयर दैट यू हैव टू स्टोर ऑन द स्टैक. It also say overhead of a return call from a function. Again, suppose your function is returning some value, तो value भी आपको वहां से वापस लेके आनी है. It increases the locality of reference by utilizing instruction cache. तो आपने फंक्शन कॉल करते वक्त आप जो लोकेशन से फंक्शन डेफिनेशन पे जाते हो तो वो भी कहीं पे तो भी एड्रेस उसका सेव करना पड़ता है. Again, that will be reduced, or that functionality can be reduced here just by having a defining the inline function. So all that things whatever required in general function calling and function definition, all that things will get overwritten over here by having a defining inline function. Okay, और मैंने आपको लास्ट टाइम बोला था कि जब हम सी में पढ़ा था कि फंक्शन कॉल कैसे एग्जीक्यूट होता है, तो मैंने आपको बताया था कि जो फंक्शन कॉल होता है तो तब जो वेरिएबल्स होते हैं वो स्टैक पे डालना पड़ता है, क्योंकि आपका कंट्रोल अभी एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे जा रहा है. अगर मैंने बताया था कि मैं क्लास में पढ़ा रहा हूँ तो मेरी जो लोकेशन है मुझे मेरे माइंड में स्टोर करना पड़ेगा कि मैं कहाँ से किसके पास जा रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे वापस वहीं पे आना है. सो ऑल दैट थिंग्स हैव बीन efficiently used by having a inline function. Then what are the demerits? So may increase function size so that it may not fit on the cache, causing lots of cache miss. यहाँ पे क्या हो सकता है, क्योंकि पूरा का पूरा फंक्शन ही आपका जा रहा है तो इसलिए वहां पे कैश मेमोरी का थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम जा सकता है, क्योंकि फंक्शन कितना बड़ा है वो भी मैटर करता है. आफ्टर इनलाइन फंक्शन इफ variables number which are going to use register increases, then they may create overhead on register variable resource utilization. ये भी चीज है कि अगर आपके वेरिएबल ज्यादा है, नंबर ऑफ वेरिएबल्स आपके जो आप पास करे वो ज्यादा है, तो रजिस्टर जो होता है हमारा मेमोरी, जैसे ऑटो स्टैटिक, ये रजिस्टर में भी हम डेटा स्टोर करते हैं। तो एक रजिस्टर 16 बिट्स का रहता है, तो उसमें एक वर्ड हम नॉर्मली स्टोर कर सकते हैं, लेकिन आजकल के कंप्यूटर में रजिस्टर बहुत कम यूज होते हैं। It may cause compilation overhead, as if somebody changes code inside inline function, then all calling location will also be compiled. That is the problem over here. Then if using header file, it may make your header file size large and may also take it unreadable. So that are the demerits from the inline function. So normally we will use it whenever we have to increase or same repetition is there. So in that case, we can make those functions the inline function. So these are the merits and demerits of the inline function. So very simple syntax. What you have to do, first is a keyword that is inline, then the return type of that function, then the function name and the number of parameters here. Okay. Now let's see one example. Very simple example. You have to display the number, and for that we have this function. So this is a normal one. Means here we are making a use of C++, but like a normal C program. Means we are having only use of cout and cin, not having a use of class and object. So just like a normal functions, जैसे फैक्टोरियल का किया था या और कुछ किया था, तो ये कीवर्ड है इनलाइन, फिर ये वाइड, फिर ये फंक्शन का नाम, डिस्प्ले नंबर, और इसमें एक ही पैरामीटर पास किया हुआ है, एंड दैट नंबर वी आर डिस्प्लेइंग विद द हेल्प ऑफ काउट स्टेटमेंट. नाउ इंटीजर मेन, सो फर्स्ट कॉल टू द इनलाइन फंक्शन डिस्प्ले नम, तो आपने डिस्प्ले नम में कितने वैल्यू पास की, 5 वैल्यू पास कर दिया. फंक्शन कॉल विल गेट रिप्लेस विद दैट फंक्शन डेफिनेशन. मींस कंट्रोल यहां से आपका यहां पे नहीं जा रहा है. दिस इज योर फंक्शन कॉल. So with this function call, your control is not jumping over here, but this function definition itself is coming at this place. Okay. So यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, display num5, तो ये function call, function definition यहाँ पे आ रहा है, and cout में आपका num का वैल्यू कितने डिस्प्ले होगा, 5 वैल्यू डिस्प्ले होगा. In the same way, this will display the value 8. In the same way, this will display the value 666. So for this function definition coming here, for this function definition coming here, for this again, the function definition is coming over here. So this is all about the inline function. That is a simple example of the inline function. Let's take another example. So we can increase the efficiency of the inline function. There we are simply displaying the number, here we are finding the maximum number, and for that we are making the use of the conditional operator. You know that this is a conditional operator. Number of times we have used it in a C program. So again, the same thing, inline, return type is integer. In the previous program there is no return type, so that's why it is void. In the previous program the return type was void, now it is integer because we have to return the value. And after that, function name is max, then int x comma int y. Here two parameters you are passing, and you know that return if x is greater than y, if the condition is true, if this condition is true, then this first value will get returned, and if this condition is false, then second value will get returned. Okay, so this is your integer main. Now this is your inline function. So inline means compiler come to know that I have to substitute this function definition at the function call itself. क्या कंपाइलर को पता चलता है कि ये क्या है, इनलाइन फंक्शन है, इसलिए क्या करना पड़ेगा, मुझे फंक्शन डेफिनेशन को ही फंक्शन कॉल के पास लेके जाना पड़ेगा. तो ये मैक्स 20 10 हुआ, तो ये फंक्शन डेफिनेशन इसकी जगह आएगा, x की वैल्यू 20 हो जाएगी, y की वैल्यू 10 हो जाएगी, और उसके लिए कितना रिजल्ट आएगा आपका, यहाँ पे आपका रिजल्ट आएगा मैक्सिमम वैल्यू 20. फिर यहाँ पे सेकंड फंक्शन कॉल, अगेन फंक्शन डेफिनेशन विल कम ओवर हियर. द वैल्यू ऑफ x इज 0, वैल्यू ऑफ y इज 200, सो हियर द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू इज 200. अब ये तो मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं है, 0 is greater than 200, condition false, so that's why the value of y will get returned, and the value of y is 200. Again here third function call, so 100 1010, so you know that the value of y is greater, so that's why it will display the result 1010. Means at a function call, your function call will get replaced with the function definition. Okay. So this is the second example, this is the third example. We are simply doing the addition. So hash include iostream using namespace std, inline integer add int a comma int b, and here you are simply returning the value a plus b. And here in integer main you are calling the function. So this function call will get replaced with the function definition, and directly whatever the result is there, that result will give by this function. Now we will write a program using class and object. I will do one thing. I will directly write a code in that one so that it will be very easier to paste over here. Simple program we are implementing. Now you can define the function itself here. So I can do one thing. I will do one thing. एक गेट डेटा लिया. Now two functions are inline, so I am going to declare only one outside. Inline return type is int, then class name is sample, then scope resolution, add function is there, so that is integer. अब यहाँ पे दो पैरामीटर भी पास करने की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि ऑलरेडी वो रीडिंग द वैल्यूज. We are simply doing the addition here, so C is equals to if. ये भी करने की जरूरत नहीं है, जान तो अभी मैंने लिख लिया तो otherwise we can directly return the C value. Okay, so here 34 and 56. So here you will have the result as a result is a 90. So in this way we can implement any program. Control C. Control V. Okay. So in this way, let me explain you. So first hash include, I was telling you know that using namespace class sample. So in class sample, first we have taken three data members, all three are private, and in public we are having three member functions. So out of these three, the two I have make as a inline function. Okay, and one is simple normal member function. So you know that As this is here, I have taken two examples of an inline function. The first inline function that I already defined inside the class, and the second inline function that I have defined outside of the class. Means I have given the demo of both the function, that how we can define inside the class and how we can define outside the class, and both definitions will be just like a simple normal member function. Both are just like a simple normal member function, and this is our normal member function show data. So I hope you got this, because in add, let's come to the main function. From here we are going to execute the program. So sample s, the object is created as dot get data. So this is your function call, and now this get data function is the inline function, so that's why this complete function definition will get substituted over here by the function call, by the compiler itself. Then you are having a as dot add function call over here. Again, your add is a function definition, so control will not go over here, but this function definition will come at this line. Okay, and this is the show data function. So for show data, again your control will go here, because show data is your normal function and your function definition will get executed. So in this way you can do any kind of a program using this inline function. Okay.